Good morning, everybody. Um, Welcome. It's Mira here again from Buzz Career Counselling, and this is our Employment Chats number 4. So as I'm going along, different things come up, and I'm writing a whole long list of things that we may like to discuss and talk about as things evolve and roll out in Australia. I'm watching social media and sort of listening to people's concerns, and there are, a lot of changes already being made to the world of work, perhaps not to yours, but certainly to many people around you. So just little changes, like I just heard then, lunch breaks on a construction site are being staggered so that people aren't sort of congregating all in the one place. I mean, ultimately everybody wants to sort of stay healthy as long as possible so that we can keep functioning as long as possible, because that's financial benefits. So for everybody. So taking, little precautions like that even, are a great idea to your workplace. I think, sort of just sitting in denial is probably not going to be beneficial for you or your business or your company that you work for or your family. So start to sort of bring in those little tweaks and share them with other people. If you've come up with some good ideas of, little things that you can be doing in the workplace, or, perhaps you're working half at work, half at home, things like that, if you can share them, I think that's going to be fantastic for everybody to go, oh, we could do that, we could try that. Just remember that this is new. You may have had, flexible work arrangements previously. You may have been self-employed. You may have an idea of how this is going to look. But for some people who have gone to work 9 to 5 days a week for the last 30 years, they are about to come into really different times that they've never experienced before. So that's what this group is about. That's what all these, it's about sort of sharing those ideas and making it easier for everybody to sort of solve their own problems as well. So today I wanted to talk about, because I just want to start planting the seed. I was going to talk something else today, and I've changed it to this topic. I know some of you still are very much, what's Mira talking about? It hasn't affected me. It's only a flu. I know there's still a lot of that, thinking out there, and that's okay. That's where you're up to. But I just wanted to plant a seed, as I always do with my clients. I like to just plant a seed and then see where it takes you. So today we're going to talk about new jobs. And sort of where all the tweaks are happening in employment at the moment. So basically, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm starting to see some jobs are sort of dropping off. So if you're in retail, hospitality, your hours might be starting to get cut back a little bit. Cafes are a bit quieter, restaurants are a bit quieter. Everyone's starting to sort of maybe not be living quite the way they used to be. So everybody, and also, people, business owners, it's not just today's a little bit quieter. They would be forward thinking as to what's going to be, coming in the near future. So their finances, like I have an office, so I rent that office, and it's, has a monthly fee. So whether or not I get clients, then I still have to pay for that rent. So people will be thinking bigger picture, so they're starting to sort of scale down to kind of be able to manage that in the future as well. So one of the things, there's a few things that are happening. So I can see that online is going to be skyrocketing. Already there's, you may have seen cafes. I can see, when I just scrolled through my emails this morning, and I can see corona all the way through my emails. Now my emails are from businesses, entrepreneurs. So they are already jumping on, oh, how can we be, tweaking, as I'm doing right now, but I'm not making money, but, how can we be tweaking what we usually do in light of Corona? And a lot of that is going to online. So you may have seen the very clever restaurants and cafes who are now doing delivery of a home-cooked meal. Perfect. What a great idea. So they would, a couple of weeks ago, that wouldn't even have been a thought for them to be doing delivery unless you were really pizza or something like that. So Uber Eats, but to actually be packaging and working just your space and going, right, well, our thing now, our now thing is delivering home cooked meals to people who perhaps haven't even got any fresh food in their cupboards because they haven't been out and they're isolated. So it's more than just Uber Eats. It's next level. It's Corona level, in that people's need will be to have food. So there it is. Problem solved. So we're seeing so in that little scenario of a cafe doing takeaways, so takeaways will be stepping up as well as deliveries. So in that, their sales may actually increase. So previously they only had 2 people working in the cafe, but now that we're doing takeaways and home deliveries, we're going to need 4 people working in the cafe. We're also going to need someone to be doing the delivery. We're going to need someone to manage all the online or phone calls to sort out the deliveries. Also, our admin's going to be much bigger. So for some companies, it's actually going to grow. They're going to thrive. They're going to take advantage, I guess, in a business sense of, how they can develop their business. And no one really minds because they're actually serving a need. And so, there's a whole new set of jobs that wasn't around a week ago. So IT, definitely, if you're able to assist IT and with people who are sort of going, oh, we need to be online now. So that's a massive skill for people to be tapping into. Health, I just noticed that a whole heap of jobs for Queensland Health. Oh, if I haven't already posted it on my Facebook, I will. Mira Miller or Buzz Career Counselling. So Queensland Health has just posted a whole heap of expression of interest to, there was admin, midwife, there was all sorts of jobs going to support the services because they would be extremely stretched right now. So there's a whole heap of jobs that have come up. Well-being, I'm seeing meditation, being able to sort of bring everybody down. And so well-being is certainly an area where people will be going, oh, maybe I need to be watching my immune system. So, health and well-being products are going to increase. Delivery, as I mentioned before, even, your grocery, your local supermarkets, or getting that produce to there. If you've got a truck license, perhaps you'll be able to be tapping into that one. But if not, just small local, the cafes, as I'm talking about, for delivery, just doing it in your car is another job that's going to be increasing. Admin, perhaps, for any online shoppers. So previously that we might have gone to the store to buy. So I was thinking, my like makeup products from the Body Shop. I don't like going to the plaza at the best of times, but I thought, how could I get that I don't need to, actually go to the plaza. And I know someone who delivers it, or not delivers it, or she might be delivering, someone who supplies it in Nambour. So, so I think everyone's going to be just sort of tapping into doing things a little bit differently. So what your job, for a better word, what your thing that you need to be doing is to be going, okay, so me as a consumer, a member of the community, how am I living differently? What ways am I doing things the way I don't normally do them? What are my needs right now? And then come into those spaces of who's going to be supplying to my needs. How can I be working with those people? Does that make sense? So because it's not going to just continue the way we usually do things, it's already, as you can see, there's already massive changes, and we haven't really even begun. So I do think it's a time for proactive thinking and creative thinking. As I said through my emails, the entrepreneurs are just on it already. So if you think your job is going to be lost, rather than sort of sitting there going, you know, what's the government doing? I'm not going to be able to survive, and sort of going into that panic victim space, which I know it's scary, don't get me wrong, financially scary, but perhaps just kind of suppress that a bit in order to tick in there, keep that problem solving, creative mind, proactive. How can I get myself into something that's going to be, you know, a bit sustainable over these next couple of weeks, months, whatever we're going to be dealing with. So some other things that popped up was, and I've already seen bits and pieces on social media, tutoring for students. So there's going to be a lot of people who might have the capacity to actually work from home, lucky them, but then they've got 3 kids in their house, and I only have a teenager and a dog, so I can't imagine what 3 little kids would be like if I was actually sitting here trying to work. So, you know, to be able to be doing that tutoring, I think that would be worthwhile for people, because remember that not everyone's going to be losing their income. So, you know, if they're working from home from an office job, they've still got their income coming in. And then you need now is childcare, or someone to sort of interact with the kids. And I was kind of thinking when I thought it originally, oh, you could do it sort of within your street, but depending on, you know, how things end up, that you could even be doing it like this through Skype. Okay, let's, you know, just be the person, the adult who's going to engage, you know, a couple of kids. There's some kids here, then some kids there, while that other mum or dad is working from home. So that's some, you know, different ideas. So particularly tutoring like even senior years, because there's going to be a lot of kids who will be at home who may struggle with, you know, even though work's going to be set, they may still struggle without that sort of instruction. So I think those sort of things will go up. Wellness, immune boosting, and just sort of other online jobs. So if your current job can be converted into online, great. But perhaps that you could, if your job's going to be, you know, if you're in, you're in retail and you're not going to have a job at all, or whatever it might be, the job that you have is no longer going to be operating down the track, perhaps you could think of a whole new job for you. So that would be, that's usually the clients that I see, actually sort of taking time to reconsider what your abilities are and how you might be able to turn that into a new job. Someone just messaged me before about, you know, online marketing. Is that what it's called? Network marketing, sorry. I was sitting online. Network marketing. So, you know, perhaps there's some other jobs that you can get into if it's in like within health, or, you know, those sort of food deliveries and things like that, then that could be a whole new business that right now you could jump into. It doesn't mean you have to do it forever, but right now that's what you're going to choose to do. So yeah, I'd be, even though if you're not techie like me, I'm not techie. Hang on. It's a cough. Even though you might not be super tech skilled, you might still be able to sort of do some online things. Here I am here talking to you and videoing and putting on YouTube. So it is possible to be a little bit techie if you need to be. Now, I saw another thing, was a florist I saw on the TV. So florists jumping on this. What's the need? The need is that the elderly are not going to be able to perhaps see their loved ones, or more importantly, the loved ones who can't get in to see their elderly. How can I show that? Oh, I can show that through a bunch of flowers. So the florists have sort of said, here's an idea. Why don't you send your grandparents and parents some flowers? So, oh, okay. So for you, what do the florists need? So do they need extra support in taking orders? Do they need extra support in delivering or creating? So I guess what I wanted to do in this session was to just sort of get you thinking outside the box. So what are the new needs of the consumer? Because that's changing. How are they getting addressed? What the businesses are doing? Or can you be that business or that service, that new service, and who can actually just supply straight to that consumer and meet their needs? Or can you then work out what this company needs and what new jobs are going to come of that? So what does the consumer need that's new? Can I address it with my skills? Or is there a business who's starting to address it because they're already kicking in with new services, new products, new everything, and the way they're delivering, and everything's started already? So how can I kick into that? What job will I be able to do to support the business, to support the consumer? That is where your head needs to be at the moment. So drop out fear, drop out sort of uncertainty. Take this time. If you've got a bit of time, you've got less hours, or perhaps you've not working at the moment. Even for people who haven't been working, who are not losing their job, but this could be an opportunity for you to actually jump in. Where do I fit into this new scenario? Where do my skill sets fit into this? And we'll be talking more about that at another stage as to what your strengths actually are. But for now, just sort of start to, instead of just watching social media from there's another miserable sort of story or situation or things like that, watch it from the point of view of, okay, so what are their needs? Who's going to be addressing them? How can I assist that? And it may or may not be paid, but it's going to be, opportunities for you to tap into these different scenarios. And also, one of my clients was just employed recently, so there's still people being still recruitment. There's still people being employed right now here on the Sunshine Coast, brand new jobs. There was a few actually mentioned recently, so there's still jobs being advertised. There's still a lot of jobs happening. There may be different changes. People may be sort of tweaking their businesses already, so keep an eye out on Facebook on the Sunny Coast Jobs, Sunshine Coast Jobs. People might be going, I just need someone for this or someone for that. Perhaps their usual worker has been, self-isolating or something like that. I need someone for a week to do some construction. Someone was asking me yesterday, they needed someone for labouring. So yeah, keep an eye out. There are lots of jobs happening. There's lots of movement happening in the career changes. And you can be one to jump on those jobs. Take advantage of opportunities that arise, access these opportunities, and just keep a really open mind as to what else could I be doing. Don't get stuck in what's the government doing for me. We'll look at that. We've all got to look at that. That's another show, another story, but or another day. But for now, just try and keep that open mind, problem solving, what else is going to come up, and try to just look at things a little bit differently. Look at things from an opportunity aspect rather than, just doom and gloom. Hope that helped today. And I want you to, do that for today. Tomorrow we'll tap back into another topic. But for today, I just want to, I know it might be a bit early again, but I just want to plant that seed to start looking, because people are already starting to move into new roles. I don't want you to wait and then go, oh, that would have been good. I could have done that new role, and now it's too late because someone's already taken it. So my thing is to be a little bit more proactive and jump in there now while things are starting to shift and change. Get your brain ticking. Okay, I think that was all I had. Yep, I think that's all on my notes. So stay healthy, everybody, mind and body, and stay connected. Really important. Okay, bye from Mira at Buzz Career Counselling. See you.